I feel like a lot of us are having the same struggle. When I go on YouTube, I see a lot of the same topics and videos. People feeling like they're not where they're supposed to be or wondering if they're doing what they're supposed to do, having existential crises and reaching out for God, asking God for guidance, more or less asking God for purpose. Like, I see that a lot of people are tired of the state of the world, tired of paying bills, tired of worrying, tired of being lost, tired of not having answers. And the people that feel like they have the answers don't. They don't have the answers. We all down here trying to do the best that we can. I don't like it when people try to act like they know exactly what's going on. I mean, humans are innately self-preserving. I would think that people are more concerned with their own well-being than the well-being of like the entire world. I feel like most people are in search of their own answers, not answers for everybody. Do you get stressed about the state of the world? Do you pray about other people that you've never even met? Do you pray for like the world? Do you pray for humanity? I find myself always praying for others, even people who have determined that they're my enemy, because in my heart, I don't have enemies. There's at least one person I can think of that I really don't like, but I wouldn't let anybody else hurt him. Now, me personally, when I see him, I have determined I'm going to smack him. But I would never let anybody else hurt him. Me and him got business. He know what he did. You know who you are. I just can't not be concerned about others. And that's why I feel like it's easy for me to lead a life of service, because I don't know any other way to be. I mean, selfishness to me is not fun because I can't share it with my friends. It's like, if I eat, we all eat. That's always been my mentality. Now, I ain't talking about my sneaky snacks. Y'all ain't getting none of my sneaky snacks. But I want everyone to benefit from the things that I acquire. That's why when I learn things, I share them. I don't come on here acting like I have all the answers. I get excited when something that I've learned and applied works for me. I get excited. I don't take credit for it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like every piece of information or quote that I spit, I'm going to remember exactly where I got it from to be able to credit that person. But I am the sum of all the information I've acquired. You feel me? So I share that when necessary. But mostly now I find that I'm just being quiet and listening and soaking stuff in. I can learn so much more in silence. I'm learning now that it's not, especially when it comes to my kids, I don't always have to impart knowledge. I need to be the knowledge that I've acquired. I need to walk around in the truth that I've learned instead of just saying it, because I swear just the tone of my voice will make their brain shut down. At this point, they have been fussed at, course corrected, so much in their life that I feel like when they hear my voice, their ears shut off. I feel like their ears just stop working. And I think that we forget communication is not always verbal. So I just need to stand more than I speak in this season of my life, especially dealing with my kids. You can't keep going the same route about things. Just like I walked in there the other day and I told them, I was like, I'm about to stop cussing y'all out. In my head, I'm like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And it lessened my value as a person, a mom, and a leader. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be that influence on them. I don't want to be that. I've seen so many people deal with their kids that way. I was dealt with that way. And it's just not it. It's not it. When you get to a point where they're just like, okay. I'm like, oh, I done hurt their little feelings. And that matters to me. Their little feelings does matter. And I used to tell them, don't bring no feelings to a business meeting. We're dealing with business. I want you to deal with what I'm saying to you. Your emotions don't have space here. And that was the problem. But I had to have it happen to me. I had to have them hurt my little feelings. I had to get my little feelings hurt to understand this. So now, like, I want to move from a place of empathy because, yo, it could be me. All this studying I'm doing, instead of it making me feel all like self-righteous, like I gotta be perfect, it's making me understand some really crucial things about people and about life. And one being, we are all interdependent. So what I do and what I think affects other people. So I need to come from a place of love and understanding that God is the highest frequency, which is love. So when you love lead, you co-creating with God. That the what make you the demigod, not being like super hyper masculine and flying around and doing all this extra stuff that you think gods are, which is giving more extraterrestrial. It's just the simple fact of being led from the heart. And I didn't realize how valuable and how rare that was until I saw how evil people wanted to be. Not even wanted to be. Like, y'all really be wanting to be demons out here. Y'all be wanting to be demons. Y'all can't wait to move out to LA. Y'all can't wait. Y'all joke about selling y'all cousins off to the Illuminati and stuff. Like, y'all think that shit is a joke, and in real life, it's not a joke. Like being married to a thug or a fucking vampire. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a movie scene, okay? It's horrible, and it's horrifying. That's why I tell my story, because people think shit is a joke out here, and it's really, really not. People thought I was a joke out here, and I'm really, really not. And a lot of y'all had to find out that the hard way. But people's stories need to be told, and people need to understand and have empathy and come from a place of love, because we are trained not to have emotions, especially y'all males. Like, I'm so sorry to the males that did not get to grow up in households where they were allowed to have emotions and process their emotions. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you think because you have balls, you are not allowed to cry. Who told you that? And then who told them that? And then find out who told them that and then smack them. Because it doesn't make sense. On what planet does it make sense to tell people that have extra testosterone that it's not okay for them to process their emotions? That is why the prisons are full of violent criminals, okay? Because nobody taught them that it was okay to process their emotions. They were told that they had to hold all of their traumas and their fears and their concerns in and just suck it up and then go take care of everybody and feed everybody. Like what? So you giving them all the responsibility and no space to recoup? Not physically, not mentally, because then you want sex from them. You want them to pay for all the bills. You want them to be tough. Then they got to go out there in the wild and be a beast. And not every man is designed that way. You know what I'm saying? But they have to turn into these monsters that nobody wants to be. And then they attacking each other. And then you expect them to be nice when they come home? No, they're going to be the animals that you made them to be, because you did not allow them to process emotions like humans. Welcome the toxic male. Everybody has to take accountability. Women feel like they don't have a voice because men choke it out of them because we didn't give them the space to manage their emotions when they were younger. And anytime they showed any level of softness, the same softness that we crave in our bedrooms and in our marriages, you beat it out of them when they were younger. It's a vicious circle. But we grow older, we know better, we do better, and we try to pass that on to our children. I fully expect my barely 20 years old children to be on the same level as me. I'm training my teenagers to be on the same level as me right now. I'm 42. I want them where I'm at right now. And in 10 years, I expect them to still be on my level. That's how we doing it. Matter of fact, in 10 years, I expect them to be surpassing me. I expect them to be calling me to the round table, making adjustments. That's what I expect. I expect them to be better than me. Absolutely. Yes. And we need to get some second languages going on up in here. For my birthday, what I want to give myself, and I'm not like a celebrate your birthday type of person, and it's probably because my adopted parents stopped celebrating me at a very, very young age. Stopped celebrating me and stopped even acting like I existed. After they got a divorce, it was as if I did not exist. I don't know, I heard something along the lines of my adopted father telling my adopted mother once they were divorcing that if they were going to separate, that he was not going to have contact with me. I don't know. I can't trust those memories of things that they said about each other because they did not tell me the truth. They've never told me the truth. Go ahead and lie about Santa Claus if you want to. They messed up with me. How can I learn about God from someone that would lie to me about Santa Claus? You should never lie to a Scorpio. Even as a child, it was over for them there. I put my heart and soul into believing that this fictional character really can't. Like, I'm talking about making cookies and writing long, heartfelt letters about what was going on in my family, thinking that fucking Santa Claus could grant wishes and would help the abuse that I was going through in my family. I remember writing that letter as a kid and baking them cookies from scratch and leaving it. And see, my adopted parents will go through like taking bites out of it and stuff. So like for years, I really thought that this person was coming. And the year that I actually wrote my letter, instead of asking for something physical as far as a gift, I actually asked for them to try to heal my family. That was the fucking year that they just so aloofly were just like, because they forgot to eat the cookie. So I wake up and the cookie's still there and I'm freaking out. They had done gotten an argument or just didn't give a shit about holding the fantasy up anymore because they were stuck in their own adult issues or whatever, toxic relationship. So I wake up and the cookie's still there, so I'm freaking out. Nigga didn't open the letter. I'm like, oh my God, we all finna die up in here. And they just like decided to tell me that Santa Claus is not real. I think something broke in me that day that still has not been fixed. As far as people and dealing with people. Like, I haven't, that was my first deception that I remember. It just had me looking at people different. Forever. 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 All you people out there that don't have children, that want children, let me tell you this. It only takes one lie, one false move for you to absolutely ruin your relationship with your child. It will change them in a way that cannot be changed. It will ingrain something in them that will always be there. It's like getting your heart broken at the deepest, deepest level by the person you love the most. There's no fixing that. There's no apologizing for that. There's nothing you can buy, nothing you can do, nothing you can say. You can spend the rest of your life telling them the truth. It doesn't matter. With some kids, with some people, it only takes one deception. And it's over for everybody. You really got to be careful how you treat people. For real. And we must be led from the heart. We must be led from the heart. And I'm very vicious when it comes to my children. But that doesn't need to occupy the spaces where I am rearing them. See, I've learned to compartmentalize the different parts of who I am. The outgoing, ambitious parts of me are saved for my business. The dreamy, deep, empathetic parts of me are saved for my God and my children, and it helps me be spiritual and connect. You know, I'll dig in my chart and I'll find my earth and I'll make that my logic. I'll make sure that's what grounds me. You know, that's when I'm in my stoic stage. You know, my stoic stage. It doesn't matter whether something really exciting happens or something really scary happens. I just take it on the chest. So, and there's so many different other parts of me, but I have to put things where they belong. That's why I always keep my chessboard up, so that everybody that walks into my room remembers the mentality that they need to have, and that they need to place people and the aspects of their personality in the right place. They need to remember this is a game that's a long game. It stands for a lot of things, my chessboard. Growing up, there was always a chessboard in my house. That's one thing I got from them people. I've learned a lot from my captors. So moving forward, always being like standing on being heart-centered. Because, ooh, it's something I ran from before. Because I had this girl that I helped rip me off and say that I was soft, when really I was just being kind. But that taught me something that always stuck with me. I started being ruthless after that. When it came to once someone showed me who they were, my cutoff game was exquisite. The second she opened her mouth and said that to me, I got my wings, boy. My shit spread 2 more feet. Got some fangs. I said, okay. Y'all want to play with me? I'm about to show you who I really am. You should be careful what you say to people, because the version of them that is standing in front of you can evolve. And sometimes it'll evolve because you tried to play with them. This is reading day. I'm totally burnt out watching YouTube in the past 2 days. So I've been reading this book, and we're going to look into this book because my homework for this week is to read Enoch, but I'm reading that out of the Gnostic gospel, though. I like this one better because it has the whole story in it. So far, which one did I read Job out of? I read Job out of the Apocrypha. Oh yeah, the Pistis Sophia I was supposed to read. See, I'm behind in my own studies, so I have to catch up on that. So it's given. I watched YouTube for 2 days. I'm finna read for 2 days. I like to try to keep it balanced. Yeah, I had to have read Job from out of here. And dang, I didn't even finish reading Judith. I didn't pick her, but for any reason, but she was a her and she was at the beginning. But that's what I was supposed to read when I first got this book. But I'm one of them that I'll just open one of these books because they just like magic books to me. I'll open it up and it'll be right where I need to read it, and I'll read it from there. I've been working with my intuition a lot more lately, and I trust it. I read that intuition is God speaking to you. So like that whisper, like I know what my intuition sound like. I don't ignore it anymore. Alright, sometimes when they tell me to do something I don't feel like doing, I'll be like, maybe that's not my intuition. I'll be like, girl, are you bullshit? And you know that's your intuition. I'll be like, alright, let me go ahead and do it. And then I always feel better. I'm really showing up for myself more lately, which is dope. Because I was a procrastinator. Awful. Wouldn't get anything done. I've been sticking to my routines. I had a really good therapy session this week, and I did not want to go, but she gave me some really golden information. And I'm going to put that in a separate video. But I'm happy with where I'm at. But these processing emotions has been kicking my ass. It's been very challenging. I'm smiling and laughing and joking now, but I wasn't smiling and laughing and joking last week, okay? Like, I was falling into a depression. It was not good, and it lasted 3 days, and it took a lot of work to get myself out of that. I mean, I gotta move around, work out, clean, cook, paint, write, listen to music, cry, pray, work out some more, do yoga, do deep breathing exercises, pray, constantly get in the shower, clean something else, cook, to even start to get out of that state. But the first thing I have to do is like acknowledge that it's happening. And I've been dealing with this for over 20 years, so I know when I'm about to have a manic episode or fall into a depressive episode. I'm very aware of it. But the work is acknowledging the emotions and the memories from the past that are so nasty and so graphic. Oh my God, having to relive them. But it's like, I feel like if I relive them one more good time and just write them down, I'll get over it. I really had to research how to process emotions. And I had 4 of them, but they had 2 more that I had to learn about. But I'm going to put that in a separate video. But reading day, coming from a place of love, processing emotions. That's what we on. I love you. Thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you would like to check out my music, it's available under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss, and that is available on all music streaming platforms worldwide. I appreciate you spending time with me here in Fury World. We're going to figure this stuff out, y'all. This mental health, spirituality, parenting stuff. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to do it together. If you are interested in a one-on-one with me, hit me on my email, furyworldx@gmail.com. That's my business email. Just send me a very brief email about what I can do for you, and then we'll take you from there. I love you. Have a great day. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.